much a big fan of Luke Falk. I think him falling to the 6th round is kind of a joke because he's definitely talent-wise top 2 rounds. But anyways, continue on.
All right, after that we got Vita V for
the Buccaneers. Yeah.
Solid.
I mean, he's
pick.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing flashy.
Yeah. And then we got Deron Payne to Washington.
He's a good player, but I think that's a bit of a wasted pick as well because I think here is another team that could have drafted Calvin Ridley or traded back.
And a team that could have really, really used Calvin Ridley because they're a team that, wants to be on the cusp. They went and got Alex Smith. For some reason, didn't want to pay Kirk Cousins, but whatever. You certainly act like you're a team that's ready to take the next step, but you really need some more offensive weapons.
I mean, they probably shouldn't have gone after Calvin Ridley because the type of quarterback that Alex Smith is, he likes to launch the ball. So DJ Moore from Maryland probably would have been a better wide receiver for him. But you could have traded back, again, got a king's ransom. Well, at where they were picking, not a king's ransom, but they could have...
some assets.
Yeah, and, drafted DJ Moore or DJ Chark from LSU, and or even Cortland Sutton from SMU.
Oh, Mitchell with the finger roll and the foul.
And they could have done really well, but instead they went with Deron Payne, which I feel like they felt like they had to go best player available at that time. And in their mind, they thought Deron Payne was the best player available.
Yeah, again, solid.
I'm not complaining about
that can,
it. But,
clog up the other team's running game.
But what do I know? I just have the same name as the owner.
After that, we got the Saints going with Marcus Davenport.
Which I don't understand at all.
Yeah, I don't get the mentality there, trading 2 first-round picks for him.
If you're going to trade up, they need a quarterback.
I don't think you needed to give up 2 first-rounders to get there. Who's making that trade? Because I'm pretty sure at most you could have just given up 1 and traded up. I think that was a foolish move. I agree that DE is a very important position, but I don't like that. I don't like that trade at all. Davenport's fine. He's a good player.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not,
but I don't think he's worth that capital.
I don't know that they're in a position where they could give up that amount of capital. That's the issue that I have. Like, if you have it to spend, like the Patriots do or the Browns do, okay, all right, that's fine. But the Saints, like I said, they signed Drew Brees again. But how long is he going to be there?
Let's not count out the Saints because they could very well be a very difficult team to beat this year. They have the offensive weapons and Alvin Kamara,
and Mark Ingram for 12 games.
What's their wide receiver that they felt that they could easily get rid of Cooks because he's stepped up so well.
Jin?
No. Oh my God, how am I forgetting his name? Michael Thomas.
Right, Michael Thomas.
He's a beast.
And the Jazz just took the lead, by the way, after being down 9.
Huge. And then on defense, they've turned around on their defense, so maybe that's why they think, this is it, because they really did lack a pass rush. So I get the mentality for going after Davenport, but it's just, you didn't need to do all that. But if they win a Super Bowl, then, everything's perfect, and after that.
I mean, theoretically, if you're
Reggie Bush.
If you're drafting outside, I'd say the top 5 or 6, you shouldn't really be drafting to fix problems this year. It's to build for the future. And I think their future is more important than a D-end right now. I feel like you get someone in free agency right now. You draft for the future. So I think they really needed to go quarterback in the first or second round.
Yeah, I
to
mean,
replace Drew
maybe
Brees.
they think, they're only giving up the 32nd pick next year. In which case, maybe this is worth it, but I don't know. We'll have to see what happens this year. If Davenport is, maybe he's worth it after all. I don't know. He did look good, so
I mean, he'll have
some sacks.
Yeah, for him to actually be worth the two, he's got to have at least 5 sacks this season.
Yeah, I would say that, and he would have to have a lot more hurries and contribute beyond that.
Yeah.
Moving on, we got Colton Miller to the Raiders. Not a huge fan of this pick. Colton Miller's not a bad player, but man, the Raiders' defense is bad. Other than one bright spot, and that's Khalil Mack.
I mean, this is a team
at this point in the draft, at 15 and lower, I think you can do a bit more need. I think you strictly go BPA other than quarterback for the top 10. After that, I think you can go a bit more need, and I think they should have gone with one of the many good defensive players that were available.
And they traded up to get him, right?
That
wasn't
so.
their
pick. I think they traded back. They traded with the Cardinals, right? I think they were 10 originally, and I think they traded back.
Right.
So, good job getting a little bit of extra stuff from the Cardinals. But the next player that they could have gotten Tremaine Edmonds that the Bills
they're a
got.
team that should have. They're the team that should have got Roquan Smith.
Yeah. Edmonds, I thought, was moving on to the Bills' second, first round pick. Tremaine Edmonds.
At least they didn't screw one up.
Yeah, that's a good pick. No problems there. Very solid. After that, we got Derwin James, who's a fantastic pick for the Chargers.
How he fell to 7. The only must be because his first season he was injured, like the entire season, or not his first season. The season before this last one, he was injured for the entire season, so no one really got to see him play. But he is, if you're going based off of talent alone, he's top 3 pick talent.
Yeah. After that, we've got Green Bay, who had a fun little draft, moving up and down, and traded back to 18 with the Seahawks and took Jared Alexander, who I like. I'm not super, super high on him. There's a reason he's 18, but I think that was a solid pick, and they need defense. It's
hard for me because, I don't know that I trusted Louisville's defense, and he was, the leader of that defense. And when you see, kinks in the armor, you look at the leader.
Yeah.
And so...
But I think they do need other defensive leaders because after Clay Matthews, what else you got?
You got Clinton Dix.
That's true.
Out there.
But
lighting people up.
Clinton Dix can only do so much as more of a big hitter type than necessarily a coverage type. So you need a strong cornerback, and they might have one.
I'm not saying he's a bad player. I wasn't sold on him, especially not that high.
Yeah. Then we discussed Leighton Vander Esch.
Yeah, we did.
Good pick. After that, we got Frank Ragnow to the Lions,
which I don't understand what the Lions are thinking.
They've had some questions with their O-line. I don't necessarily love the pick, but I was okay with it.
When I saw that this pick wasn't Darius Geis, I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You do not deserve to be an NFL team. What are you doing?
Stafford, you need to protect him, and their line needed bolstering, so not terrible.
Really quickly, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Mariners pitcher James Paxton throws no-hitter against the Blue Jays. 99
impressive.
pitches. All right.
After that, we got Billy Price to the Bengals.
Back-to-back centers.
Can't say I like this pick very much. That was very much, that was like all need rather than a mix of BPA and need.
I think they need a quarterback.
Yeah. I don't know. The Bengals are a mystery to me.
I don't get it. They're going to be unsuccessful for the rest of their existence. They're the new Cleveland Browns, in my opinion.
Oh, man. Imagine.
The Browns could have been so good.
I could see it happening. If, the Browns become not the Browns. After that, we got Rashaan Evans to the Titans.
That was a good pick.
Yeah, solid, nothing crazy. Titans are a team that's on the rise, and
I feel like they need a wide receiver.
Yeah.
To really complement what Corey Davis can do and what. Why do I always blank on people's names? The tight end.
Yeah, I'm blanking on him as well. Very dominant, though.
Yeah, good tight end.
Yeah, great player for Marcus to throw to. Anyway, Patriots go with Isaiah Wynn, offensive tackle out of Georgia.
Which makes sense. They just lost Nate Solder.
Yeah.
And I mean, what do the Patriots really need besides a corner?
Right. Yeah. That's a solid pick. At 24, we have the Panthers going for DJ Moore.
I like that pick.
Yeah, that's
I like
a
that
good
pick.
They're
taking a wide receiver that I think is hyped up more than he is and putting him in a system where I think Cam's going to get him the ball a lot.
Yeah, they absolutely needed a wide receiver, and he was,
the best one available.
One of the BPA.
I like him.
Steve Smith even said Panthers haven't replaced me until today.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's probably their new true number one, and I think the Panthers will be improved this season.
I don't think he'll be the number one yet. I think Devin Funchess can be the number one, and next.
I don't think he's that. I don't think Funchess is ever going to be more than a 2 and / slot guy. I think more could be. Maybe not this season. You're right, though. Maybe after.
But
maybe
he'll
after
be
this season.
He'll be
good pick though.
Yeah, a good pick.
Ravens at 25 took Hayden Hurst.
Which is stupid.
Kind of a head scratcher. I wouldn't even say he's the best tight end in the draft.
It was Mike Gesicki. Mike Gesicki was the best tight end in the draft.
Yeah,
easily.
So I didn't like that pick, but
also
it's not
he's
the
old.
worst pick I've ever seen. But it's not very good. A lot of better options. I think they should have taken Calvin Ridley, who was taken by Atlanta. Which him and Julio is going to be crazy.
I was trying to come up with nicknames. Alabama Slammers. That should be their nickname.
Man, are they going to be fun to watch this season? And they just re-signed Matt Ryan to a crazy contract.
I don't think Matt Ryan is worth the money they just gave him.
Either.
$150 million, $100 million guaranteed.
Yeah, crazy contract. I think you could have signed him to $100 million
with $60 guaranteed.
Yeah, and that would have been fine. But man, are they going to be fun to watch? Him and Julio.
The Alabama Slammers. You heard it here first.
Then we got the Seahawks, who got Rashad Penny.
That's another head scratcher.
That's a reach.
It depends on what you want to go for. Because if they come out and they say, what we're looking for is a running back that has a lot of speed because we want to go with a speed offense, then Rashad Penny is probably the best running back in the draft if you're going based on speed alone, because he is fast. But he, in my opinion, was the 4th best running back. So there's no reason he should have been drafted ahead of Darius Geis. No reason he should have been drafted ahead of what's his name? Regardless, he's, in my opinion, at best the 4th best running back.
Yeah. Then we got Terrell Edmonds going to the Steelers.
The second Edmonds.
Solid safety. Nothing wrong with that.